What's up, you guys? My name is Ryan, and in this video, it's going to be my goal to help everyone make some sound financial decisions by properly applying technical analysis tools and concepts. Today, I want to take a look at the chart of advanced micro devices, or AMD. After we take some time to properly analyze AMD, it should provide a good understanding if we want to add AMD to our portfolios. We'll analyze the stock on both the long and short-term bases, but before we get right into it, please like and subscribe so I can continue making content like this for you guys. I really appreciate it, and let's get right into the stock analysis and see where the stock is headed. Let's take a look first at the one-day time frame for AMD. As you can see, I already pre-planned out some levels of support shown in green and some levels of resistance shown in red. The long-term support that we have now is about at $74, and this kind of started with the news around Intel and AMD in July. Prior to this, it kind of traded in this channel, and then with the news, it kind of shifted, and it still has been trading in an up kind of a channel here. Another support that we can see here is about at the 79.1 level. And then moving into the resistances, we can see the long term is this high value at 94.28 that we saw. And then more recently at 86.6 and 88.5. And this 86 level is getting pretty close to the current price target, so we'll have to look at that closely. In addition, you can see these long-term moving averages moving up, and these are becoming a support level for the stock. As you can see, the longer term one is the darker color, and as you can see, the stock is actually kind of bouncing right off of this moving average, so we might see a reversal here in the trend because of the downward trend. In addition to that, you can see the stochastic indicator too is reversing slightly, is starting to. We have to be careful here because this potentially could be a false breakout because it could get rejected again off of this 86.7 resistance and kind of get trapped in between this moving average and this resistance level. But because the momentum indicator here is pretty neutral based off of the current prices, I think there might be a pretty good option to add to a position or to create one in AMD. Let's now use some technical analysis tools to predict some additional price levels that we can see with the stock, and then see where we can expect the stock price to go. Still looking at the one-day time frame, just zooming in on the more important region that's more applicable to us going forward. As you can see, I use the Fibonacci extension tool at the swing low position here at $73 to the swing high position here at 88.8. With that, it propagated these levels of resistance and support that we can use in our analysis. As you can see, there's kind of some that overlap. We're really close here at the one that we have at 79 it propagated, and the one that we have from historical values here. Maybe this can just shift it a little bit to more like there, but this is based on the historical price targets, and this is based off of Fibonacci series. So, I mean, really we see this here at the top of this candle. So we can still see how both are applicable to our analysis here. In addition, some more that are closer to the price target that we have, $83 would be more of a support for us, the closest one to the current stock price. And then the current resistance here is the 85.66, and it's very, very close to the current stock price as of the release of this video. So perhaps we would need to see if it breaks through this 85.66 of the current price target before it heads up to the next resistance, if it can break through that. So we'll need to see if it can continue its rise up. Like I said before, we're seeing a kind of a rebounding here of the stochastic indicator, which is a positive sign for the stock price that potentially could be rebounding. It took a dip here because of the acquisition news. $30 billion is a lot to invest in another company, but potentially this could be a very good long-term investment for AMD. If we continue looking at the Fibonacci extension that we used, we can see that it generated this level of resistance that we can see at $98. This is above the all-time high value of the stock of $94. This is because it only uses the Fibonacci extension values to generate these price levels. So even though we haven't seen any prices above $94, it can still give us this value. In addition, we're likely to see some resistance at the $100 level because this will be the first time that it will approach the 3-digit mark. So these two values will be more interesting once the price target gets above the $90 level again. Let's use one last tool in our analysis today. That will be the Fibonacci time series or time ratios. We can do that in the same way we do the Fibonacci extension with the swing low position and then the swing high. And with that, it propagates levels of time series, which just means that it'll allow us to kind of see what dates, based on the Fibonacci extension or Fibonacci ratio, what days we can expect some interesting price movements to occur. So based on the same level that we used for the Fibonacci extension, it propagates these times and dates that we can expect some interesting price movements. So with that, it propagated October 18th, November 1st, and November 24th. So these dates will be important coming up. They'll kind of almost predict the rest of the year. Usually for these dates, it just means that the stock price could be more fluctuating than normal. And so that's one thing to consider and to do a follow-up analysis closer to these dates that we have here. To summarize things up, I think AMD has done a really good job so far, and I think their stock price in the future will head up. The company as a whole has done a really good job of expanding how their products are integrated across different applications, and I think this will just continue to grow. In addition, the rumors of their acquisition could be a good indicator that they're willing to take the risk and grow, and they see long-term potential in that business. The only question here is how they integrate that into what they already have going and if they can capitalize in both markets. So I believe here, if you can get in below the 80, 82, I think you would be really safe. I know the price is above that right now, but just in case it does dip, I think you could buy below 82 and still be very, very comfortable. If it goes below here, this $79, I think I would be willing to add quite a bit to a position. I think you should be safe at those levels, because recently we've seen it really hasn't gone much below those levels. So if you have a position here, or you're looking to add to one, I think AMD for the long term is really good. You should take a look into it, and good luck. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this kind of content, please like and subscribe so I can continue making it for you guys. If you have a question or want me to take a look at a specific stock, please leave it in the comments below.